Good morning, students. Welcome to the fifth session. Hope all of you are fine and attending the online classes. I think you have completed the notes of the first lesson. In the last class, we had started the second lesson, types of software. Today, we will be continuing this lesson. Now, let's have a quick revision of what we had studied in the previous class. We studied about what is a software. Software is a set of instructions or programs on which a computer works. Examples of software are MS Paint, MS Windows, etc. Software can be categorized into system software and application software. What is a system software? System software is a collection of programs designed to control the operation of a computer system. It manages the smooth working of hardware as well as software components of a computer. System software can be categorized into operating system, device driver, utility software and language translator. Operating system is the interface between the user and computer. It is the most important software installed in a computer. It allows the user to run any program in an efficient manner. Then we studied about device driver. Device driver is a software used to control and manage external devices like hard disk, printer, digital camera, keyboard, speakers, etc. Okay. Then we studied about language translator. What is a language translator? A language translator changes the instructions into binary language. It converts the high-level program into binary language. It is of three types: assembler, compiler and interpreter. Assembler converts assembly language program into machine code. Compiler is a translator that converts a high-level language program into machine language program. It translates the entire program and then executes it. Interpreter translates a high-level language program into machine language. It translates line by line and executes it. Okay? You can see a chart on the screen. Okay, it's showing software is categorized into system software and application software. Then system software is categorized into system operating system, device driver, language translator and utility software. Then application software is categorized into general purpose software and customized software. Okay. So now we will move to the next topic, that is utility software. Utility software is required for the maintenance of a computer. System utilities are used for supporting and enhancing the data in a computer. Some system utilities may come embedded with operating systems and others may be added later on. Utility software performs specific tasks, usually related to managing a computer, its devices or its programs. So it performs some specific tasks related to managing a computer or its devices or programs. These programs assist in the smooth functioning of a computer system and help it to perform better. So, utility software is designed to perform specific tasks related to the operation of a computer. It is a type of software used to support the computer infrastructure. It ensures the smooth running of a computer by finding out the problems in a computer and information about the computer. Some utility programs are available free of cost on the internet. We can download it. Some commonly used utility software are antivirus software, backup software, disk tools, defragmentation, scanning, WinZip, etc. So these are the examples of utility software. Okay. I hope all of you understood what is a utility software. Okay. Utility software is used to maintain the computer. Okay. It is designed to perform specific tasks related to the operation of a computer. Examples are WinZip software, antivirus software, etc. Okay. Now we will move to the next topic, that is backup. Okay. What is backup? Have you heard the word? This is a process of recovering data in case of damage or accidental loss of data. Backup is a utility program. Backup utility help us to keep copies of our files and important documents in another drive. Occasionally, a hard disk may fail, resulting in loss of our files stored in it, isn't it? So, we have to keep a backup of these files on various secondary storage devices like a CD, flash drive, external hard disk, etc. so that the original files can be restored in case of such failure. When we take a backup, we duplicate and store the files. The duplicate can be stored on the same drive or another drive. Taking regular backups helps to protect the data in case of original gets lost. We can use a backup utility to take the backups. Backup software makes copies of all information stored on a disk and restores either the entire disk or the selected files in another place so that we can protect our data. Okay. Now let's see how to take a backup. Okay. The steps to do a backup are: click the start button. Okay, you can see the screen. Okay, the steps are shown here. First, we will click the start button. The second step is type backup in the search area. As you click the start button, start menu appears and there you can see the search area. There you will be typing backup. Okay, then what happens? Click on the backup and restores utility to open it. As you click on backup, the next screen comes. Okay, this second. Okay, you can see this on the screen. This screen comes. There you will click backup and here this is now backup and restore. Click on the backup and restore button. Then next step is click on the setup backup option here. Okay, it is shown here. Setup backup option. Okay. Then select the drive where you want to place the backup files, where you want to store the files. You will select from this dialog box. Okay, here it is the CD drive. Okay, or new any external device, you have to select it from here. Okay, it is shown step number 5. Then click on next here. Step number 6 you can see here. You will click on next. Okay. Then 7th step is click on let me choose. Okay, here you can see it is shown here. Let me choose. Okay, you will click there to select the files or folders you want to backup. After that, you will click on the next button. Okay, here you can see the next button. Okay, on this dialog box. Then click on to restore the files. Click on restore my files option here. Last, you can see it is written restore my files. So to restore the files, you will click on the restore my files option. So these are the steps for the backup. Okay. The first step is, what is the first step? Click the start button. Okay. Click the start button. Then type backup in the search area. Then click on the backup and restore utility. Okay. So that it will open and come. Then you will click on the backup option. Okay. Then you will click on setup backup option. Then you will click on this here. Okay. Select the drive where you want to place the backup. Okay. Then click on next. Okay. Then click on let me choose. Option 2, select the files. Then select the files and click on next. Then last you will click on to restore the files, click on restore my files option. So the selected files backup is done. Okay. Hope all of you understood it. Then we will move to the next topic, that is disk defragmenter. That is also a utility software. Okay, it is also an example of utility software. Disk defragmenter. Okay. Disk defragmentation is the process of consolidating fragmented files on the user's hard drive. It is a system of collecting the scattered segments of a file and organize them in one specific place in the hard disk. Defragmentation increases the efficiency of data retrieval and thereby improving the overall performance of a computer. The process of consolidating and rearranging data into one area is called defragmentation. You know, when a file is stored on a disk, the operating system searches for the available free space, free block on the disk and stores the file there. If the file is too large for one block, the operating system searches for the next block and stores the next part of the file there. These blocks may not be in continuous form or may be scattered over the disk. This process is known as fragmentation. That means when you store the files in a disk, okay, the operating system searches for the place, it stores the files in the free block and that is not sufficient. It will be stored in other block. It may not be continuous. You can see this picture, first picture, okay, file present in a hard disk here. Data, it is scattered here and there. Different blocks are there. One data is scattered here and there. It is stored. What happened is in this, what happens is data is scattered here. So while retrieving it back, it may take time to recollect it. Okay, because it is scattered here and there. Suppose if I say another example, in the class, all the subjects notes you are writing in a single copy, maybe your ref copy. Okay, every subject every day you are writing, sometimes your copy, sometimes in your ref copy, sometimes in your diary, sometimes on pages. Just imagine when the exam come, how to get it all these notes back. You have to sit sometime and search everywhere in your ref copy, in other subject copies, in your diary, search for the pages. To recollect all that, it will take a lot of time, isn't it? Same way, if the data is scattered on the hard disk here and there, while recollecting back, retrieving back, it will take time. Data access time will be more. If the data access time is more, what will happen? The computer will be slow. Okay. So, disk defragmenter is a disk management utility that increases file access speed by rearranging fragmented files together. Okay. Disk defragmenter utility scans the hard disk and tries to assemble file fragments so that they may be stored in one location. Okay. Now let's see what are the steps for using the disk defragmenter. Okay. First, we will click on the start button. Here, click the start button, then type disk defragmenter in the search area. Okay, second step is when you click the start button, start menu comes, there in the search box you will type disk defragmenter, then click on the disk defragmenter utility software here. Okay, click on it, utility software disk defragmenter. The disk defragmenter dialog box appears. Okay, you can see this dialog box. Okay, then click on analyze disk to check if your system requires defragmentation. Okay, here you will click on this analyze and check whether it needs defragmentation. Then click on defragment disk. Here you will be clicking on defragment disk. Okay, so these are the steps for it. What are the steps? First step is, what is that? Click on the start button. Okay, you will click here start button, then you will click on the you will type disk defragmenter in the search area. Then the third step is you will click on disk defragmenter utility. Okay, to open it. Then in the here this disk defragmenter dialog box you will click analyze here. Okay, you can see this part here, analyze. Then fifth option is defragment the disk. Here it is written. Okay, defragment the disk. Okay, then close it. So these are the steps. Now we will move to the next topic, that is antivirus. I think this all of you have heard of antivirus. Okay, what is antivirus? So sometimes your computer may be virus affected, that does not allow the normal functioning of a computer. It may create problems in booting as well as the running application software of your computer. It can also take more time in opening or saving a file. Under this system, you need to find whether your computer is affected with any virus or not. If yes, you require to remove these viruses from the hard disk so that your computer will work properly. Now, what is this computer virus? It is an unwanted data or program that enters into a computer and disturbs the normal functioning of your computer. So, scanning is a process to detect and correct the problem from the hard disk that arrays on a computer system. It is mostly used to detect the computer virus, to find the computer virus. So a computer virus is a program that disrupts the normal functioning of your computer. Virus can be extremely destructive. It can erase the data from the hard disk and even corrupt the computer software. To detect and remove virus from a computer, we use a software called antivirus. So antivirus is a software program used to detect and remove a virus from a computer. Antivirus software will scan the external drive, hard disk and the whole computer for virus. A utility software called Windows Defender is used to scan and detect virus available on a computer system. Now let's see what are the steps to use a Windows Defender. To use a Windows Defender, first we will click on the start button. Okay, start button we will click. Then type Windows Defender in the search box. Okay, search box you will type Windows Defender. Then third step is click on Windows Defender. Okay, to open that, open the dialog box. Then you will click on scan. When you open the dialog box, you can see scan there. You will click on the scan. In the scan drop down menu, select. Okay, here this is the dialog box. Okay, first steps, start button. Second, Windows Defender you will type in search area. Then Windows Defender you will click. Then you will click on scan. As you click on scan, you can see on the screen quick scan, full scan and cancel scan. So what is this full scan? Full scan means it will scan the full computer. Custom scan means it scans a specific file or folder or drive or a computer. And quick scan means it scans the area in a computer that is most likely to get infected by virus. Okay, so it will scan as per, you have to click here quick scan, full scan, custom scan. Okay, or if you don't want to scan, then cancel scan. All these options are here. You will click on the option. Okay, so that your computer will, antivirus software will scan your computer and detect the virus. Okay, understood? So the steps are, what are the steps? Let's see one more time. Click the start button, then type Windows Defender in the search area. Okay, then click on Windows Defender to open it. Open and the dialog box appears. Then click on scan. Then you will get quick scan, full scan, custom scan, all this. So you will click on the required option to scan the computer. Okay. Now we will solve the exercise on page number 20. Some fill in the blanks are given. Okay, page number 20. All of you open your book and fill it with a pencil. First one is, when a computer is switched on, the dash is the first software to be loaded into its memory. What is it? Okay, answer is written down also, operating system. Okay, so when a computer is switched on, the operating system is the first software to be loaded into its memory. Okay, now the second one, word processor is an example of software. Example of dash software. It is, answer is given here, application software. Okay, word processor is an example of application software. Now the third one, the software used to control and manage various devices attached to a computer are device driver. We studied about device driver. Okay, so the third answer is device driver. It's written here. You can see the spellings are right. Then fourth one, all instructions are given to a computer are first converted into dash. The answer is binary language. Okay. All instruction given to a computer are first converted into binary language. Okay. Answers, it is written, all the answers are written here. You can see from the and right. Okay. Then take out page number 25. Okay. Page number 25. It is given test yourself. Tick the correct answer. Okay. We will start with the first one. 5 are there. First one. A dash is a set of programs that controls operation of a computer. Options are given: software, hardware, folder, memory. So the answer is option A, software. Okay. Option A, software. Now, second, a dash is a set of instructions telling a computer what to do. Options are given: processor, operation, program, hardware. So the correct answer is program. Okay, option C, program. Now, third question, a dash is a software used to control and manage various devices attached to a computer. The options are translator, device driver, processor, memory. So the answer is device driver. Okay, device driver. Option B, device driver. Fourth question, the computer only understands dash language. Options are binary, software, translator, memory. Okay, what is the correct answer? Option A, binary. Then the last question in this category, okay, pick the correct answer. The last one is fifth one. The two types of software are system software and dash software. Options are given: application, operation, folder, translator. So the correct answer is application. Okay. So all of you do it correctly. Okay, answers are given here. First one is software, second program, third device driver, fourth binary, fifth one application. Okay, do it correctly without any mistakes. Okay, now let's just revise what we have studied today. Okay, today we started with the utility software. What is utility software? Utility software help the user to maintain the efficiency of a computer. So it is used by the computer. It is used to maintain the efficiency of a computer system. It is a type of system software used to support the computer. In fact, used to support the computer. It ensures the smooth running of a computer. Then we studied about examples of different utility software. Like first we studied about backup. What is backup? This is a process of recovering data in case of damage or accidental loss. Backup utility help us to keep copies of our files and important documents in another drive. When you take a backup, you duplicate and stores the files. The duplicate copy can be stored on the same drive or it can be stored on the different drive. Maybe a CD drive, maybe a pen drive, maybe an external drive. Okay. Then we studied about disk defragmenter. Okay. Disk defragmenter is a disk management utility that increases file access speed by rearranging fragmented files into one location. Defragmentation is the process of consolidating fragmented files on the user's hard drive. Defragmentation increases the efficiency of data retrieval and thereby improving the overall performance of a computer. Then we studied about antivirus. Antivirus software, as the name indicates, it is a program that works against a virus, a computer virus. It detects a virus and removes it from the computer. Okay, children? So, learn the exercise what we have solved today. Fill in the blanks and take the correct answer. Okay?